Hello everyone. Today I will be teaching you how to make memory loci on the fly. So suppose you are visiting a tourist place and you want to make some instant loci so that you remember stuff. So the best way I find to tour a new place is always to walk. And the thing that I love about Bhutan is that it exists at so many levels. If you see at the ground, it exists at one floor level and two or maybe three is mostly buildings, so about two levels on the ground. And then there is the mountain parallel roads that go, so that's one more level. And you can make the memory palaces on the fly by just locating interesting spots. So you're visiting them for the first time, you're visiting many places for the first time, and what I believe sticks to your mind the most is what you observe the first time. So like whenever people are making letter pairs, so QM can be something weird for someone, but always the first thing that sticks to me is cucumber. And then there are many more things over the years that have started to stick to this letter pair, but it's first just the first thing that sticks to you. That's how you can create memory elements. But what about the loci? What kind of locations exactly can you make as loci? So that depends on what kind of beauty you see whenever you're traveling to a new place. So here I'm seeing a lot of mountains, but mountains is tough to describe. Whenever you're closing your eye and visualizing your mind's eye or the third eye, you can't really visualize the mountains. Then what do? I suggest that you can basically just try to catch anything that's like interesting and try to make a capsule out of it. So like here, there is water gushing here. So this can be a memory element. So my hotel is right there, and I came walking all the way from here until here, and there is a memory element called gushing water, which is kind of like my 12th or 13th element on this route that I'm traveling for the first time in my life, first and last. So I can have this gushing water element. So the two advantages that I can have here is that I remember this place which I really like, this mountainous region. And the second thing is that I have some empty loci. So whenever there is an emergency, whenever you have to remember a phone number, whenever someone tells you quickly to do a 3BLD solve, you need some loci at your disposal. And whenever you close your eyes, there are a lot of memories that goes through you, and you can always remember the memories of the places you have toured, and you can make them as your loci. So right here, I'm liking this jigsaw here. So I'm planning to make another loci here. So that's the jigsaw. What else? Everything here is like basic and indistinguishable, so I can't make this as a loci. So let's move ahead. What else can be a loci? So like I have light at the back, a monastery or a big house at the mountain top, but I can't make it a loci since I haven't reached there yet, so I don't know the path. So whenever I visualize, I want the locis to be in order. So like I had the water gushing back there, then I had this zigzag road, so I remember this. So whenever I want to remember this back again, I have several triggers. So first trigger is I visited Thimphu, so I'll just revive all the memories there and the roads that I've walked on. The second trigger is like vlogging. Right now I'm vlogging, so I'll just remember whenever in my whole life I've vlogged, and that will act as a very strong trigger too. So you can have multiple triggers to prop up all these loci, and you can make them all at one go. So here I have a lot of fences. So this kind of fences I've never seen before, like on a mountain top and irregular fences. This can be the next loci after that zigzag road. Okay, here I have down there Peking school. So after this zigzag road, what I can observe is a Peking school. I've never heard some kind of a heading written on like a school name written on a mountain. This is quite unique and will stick to my mind after this irregular fences. So basically you have to be sequential. That's quite important, because if you have a lot of loci at your disposal but you never know the sequence, then what's the use? So it's important to have sequence, and to trigger out the sequence it's important to have a lot of triggers, and you also have to be on that road the first time. If you are on that road for the first time, uh, it can act as a good trigger. So that can be a really good trigger. So let's see if there's another loci that I can find. Finding loci, I find it really good. Whenever I'm seeing a new place, whenever I see a new loci, it becomes like the experience of the new place enhances, and plus I'm building some nice sequential loci. So what can be the next loci? Okay, I had the pecking school. So I'm seeing some kind of banners here. I don't know what kind of banners these are. So I'm seeing a lot of banners here. So this is like a banner area. This is like a huge loci. I can store like 8 images combined or something like that. So this can be a loci. That's how I can make one more loci. So it's important to describe the loci well, because at first people are really poor at describing, and it's only when they grow old they really understand how to perfectly describe a thing and how aptly you can describe the thing. So that comes with experience, and that's why you should always try and think of how you can describe things. So let's look for one more loci, and I'll just stop this journey maybe. Wow, okay. So I had a huge flag area, and I have this gushing water here. So this can be my last loci for this journey. So gushing water, like I see it quite a lot of time, but gushing water in some kind of random mountain that I'm standing in, and then the water is coming down, and just it's a very gentle stream, if you can see, and it's like rare that you can see some gentle stream just popping out of nowhere. So this is one more loci that I have. So I'm remembering this route quite well. So at first I saw my hotel. I started and saw some like Bhutanese army headquarters, and then some random shops selling momos and stuff. Then I moved. I saw a water tank, and then I move ahead. And then what did I see is after the water tank, what did I see? Pecking school, and before that the random zigzag road, then this odd fences, and then this flat town, and then this random water stream. So that's how I have a sequence in me, and that sequence is quite rich since I have printed it on my mind the first time. So it's like writing a non-writable CD. So whenever you're writing a non-writable CD for the first time, you really write it properly. So that's the thing, you have to do it properly. So that's the help that I can give. I hope I have been useful, and you can make a lot of loci. And like whenever you visit a new place, it's not just about clicking photos and putting it on social media. It's also about, are you doing something useful? And nothing can be more useful than memorizing, because memorizing ultimately leads to more information in your head, and when you have more information in your head, you can understand more. You can recall things at the click. That's why it's important to have lots of loci and lots of triggers and lots of touring places. So here I have my last loci again. So yeah, so I'll just close it off by showing off some beauty. Here is the clouds touching the mountains. What kind of town has this kind of scenery at every place? That's the how beautiful this town is. The more beautiful, the more easily I'll remember and recall this road that I took. This is one of the many roads that I took. So it's better to take some roads that are like windy. So these are the mountain roads, and I find them windy. So it's good to take some roads that are windy. So in that sense, the loci are not in some kind of a straight line, and it doesn't get some kind of a factory-ish kind of feel. So if you have kind of factory-ish, you will lose the essence and you'll forget everything. So it's very important that there is some kind of a over description, over exemplifying of things. So that's how you can make nice loci in mountainous region if you're visiting it for the first time. So I I don't know if you can see, but here is the Buddha point. Goodbye and happy memorizing.